I hate myself. I just finished doing that video and my mic, that one, was not open. I did a whole video for nothing. Fortunately, I was lazy and it was a simple video. It was this frame forever and ever. And we'll do that again because it's all we have to do. We'll do that again. I'll just try to gather my thought again and go from the top, first position, everyone, light, camera, action. Hi YouTube, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I wanted to talk about goals. Your goals. Every time I, did major changes in my life, it came out of my nightmare. It came out of this place. By the way, I hate this place. Not that it's ugly, I like the look of it. And I like what it provides me, because I'm always hungry, so I do like that part. But don't ask me to put food together. It's not something I can do. I'm bad at it. I eat in the most simplest way, meaning that chicken, rice, broccoli, and whenever I'm bored of my chicken, I put a different type of sauce in my chicken. And I cook some other stuff that just are easy to cook, but don't ask me to do anything more than that. I'm bad at it, it's not what I do, and this is mainly why you've never seen a cook with me video. It would be boring, it would be overly simple, and this is not what I do. But I understand that this is where everything happens. Give me a second. This is basically all my snacks. It's pretty much everything I have in a day: protein bar, Greek yogurt, pistachios, and protein. And I do that day in, day out. My breakfast is always the same. My lunch is often the same. And my dinner is whatever I had for lunch, kinda. And the reason why I succeed is also because probably I'm that boring. And the main reason, or one of the reasons why I see some of my clients struggle, is because they try to be fancy and they get to a point where it's just like, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm bored of whatever, and they try to have like fancy food and all of that. And if you're good at it, and if you can cook well, be my guest. Please do that. Do that for all of us who can't. I just recently got, like today, a book from someone here in Quebec that do these type of food, fit food, and he's good at it, and he sent me his cookbook, and I'll try that. I can't promise anything, but I'll try that. I went in my 18 years of life and fitness from 135 pounds to 180 pounds today, and every time I gain weight and I gain muscle, unfortunately, and it's very unfortunate, and I understand that because I know what you want me to tell you. Do 5 push-ups when the light of the moon hits the tower and showcase the keyhole, and I don't know, the dragon spits fire, and then muscle will grow. No, it's not that magical. It's food. It's what you put in your body. So whenever I wanted to, gain a bunch of weight, gain a bunch of muscle, this is where everything changed. I realized that one time, and I believe that was about 8 years ago. It already had been about 10 years into my fitness journey. I went from 135-ish pounds to 150 something, 51, 52. Sometimes I was hitting 55 and then back to 50 and so on and so forth. I was skinny, I was small, and I was eating every single morning, and I wish I was lying, 6, 7, 8 toasts of Nutella. Do not put Nutella in my face. I'm gonna go through it. So I don't buy that anymore because I'll eat it all. But yeah, I would do that every single morning. I wouldn't care for my breakfast. I wouldn't care for my lunch. I wouldn't care too much for, what I was doing in the day, didn't care at all for it. I basically lived on chicken nugget. When I left my parents' house at 19, all I could do is either spaghetti, no sauce, unless I buy it. This is still me. Unless I buy sauce, there's no spaghetti in my life because I cannot do sauce. I can't do that. And yeah, and then chicken nuggets. I would buy a bunch of chicken nuggets also because it was poor as crap. So I would buy, and back in the day, it was not the price as it is today. So you would buy a whole bag, you know, of chicken nuggets for about $10. And that was lunch and dinner for about 4 or 5 days. That was what I was doing. In between that, well, it wasn't also that weird. I realized after eating all of that junky food and crap that I did gain some muscle mass from working out and from eating all of this, because fortunately I always moved a lot, and fortunately my metabolism was always, you know, primed, and I was young enough that testosterone was flowing and it was easier to build muscle, but I lost a bunch of time because I was doing that. And then I thought myself, and I was just like, oh, okay, let me do some research on all of it. And I got rid of my breakfast toast and I added a bunch of protein and I changed my breakfast, and I went and bought some mass gainers because I knew that if I wanted to build muscle, I needed more calories than I was burning. I could not eat on my own 3,500 calories. I would buy mass gainers. This is just protein. Now I do it myself. I don't buy them anymore. I do it myself because it's better if I do it myself. Back in the day, I would buy. And I changed somewhat my lunch and I changed somewhat my dinner, but not extensively. I started with, you know, the mass gainer and the breakfast and the snacks mainly. And then I saw results. And I went from 55 pounds to 172. And then I got a bit fatty, you know, but much bigger. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. But I'm too chunky. So I got down to 163, 164, stayed there a while. And by doing all that, basically all I did was get rid of the mass gainer in my diet, and then it just went away by itself. And then the following year, I was like, I'm gonna do that again, but even more focused on it. You know, so I repacked the mass gainer, I changed my breakfast, but that time I was like, let me look at lunch, let me look at dinner, and let me have better snacks. And I did that over and over again. And this is where I went from 150 to 180 pounds at whatever body fat I am right now. And I know it's not what you want me to say, but it is what it is. And I've said that over and over and over again, but it is still the truth. If you don't know how many calories you have, if you don't know your protein intake, your carb intake, your fat intake, you're gonna run in circles. And then you'll be like, oh my God, I'm 5 years into my fitness journey and nothing has changed. No, because nothing can change from just changing 10 to 12 reps. Incline 45 degrees to incline 30 degrees. This is not what's gonna change your physique. You know, what will is all of this. If you work out once in a week or if you work out 25 times in a week, I do not care. But you need to adjust food accordingly. Anyway, that's my spiel on it. This is the most important thing I have done in my life, is understanding what I eat, what I put in my body. Staying boring is very easy for me, but I know it's harder for some people, but stay as boring as you can. It's gonna help you in the long run. And that's pretty much it. Subscribe to this channel, guys, because it's hard here. I'm late on the YouTube thing, you know, and gaining followers now on YouTube and social media it's not an easy task. So if you've seen this, if you got this far, and if you're not subscribed, this helps. If you are subscribed, thank you. Share, like, comment, all of that helps the business grow at some point or another. And I will see you next time.